would you be open to talking about 2026 and the tax law that's coming up and what we can expect, what insurance professionals should be educating their clients around when it comes to 2026?
You bet. So 2026, we know that's the end of the Trump tax cuts. We know that they got it through under budget reconciliation in 2017 at the very end, I think in December, which means that 2018 was the first full year of tax breaks. They basically cut everybody's tax bracket on the margin. Everybody saved money, and they did it for 8 years because they couldn't get it. They couldn't get a full, supermajority in both houses to be able to approve it. So they did it under budget reconciliation like they did under Bush previously, which means it's got an eight-year expiration, right? So that's coming due January 1st, 2026. So that means we basically have 3 tax years within which to take advantage of historically low tax rates, okay? Now, there's a caveat here. A lot of people say, okay, we got 3 years till tax rates go up. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get all of my IRAs converted over before 2026. Taxes be darned, right? No matter how high I rise in my tax brackets today, I'm going to get all that money shifted over. And I think that's a huge mistake, and here's why. I think the huge sweet spot on the Trump tax cuts is the 24% tax bracket, okay? It's only 2% more than the 22% tax bracket, but it allows you to shift about an extra $170,000 per year, $173,000 per year. So if you have $1 million and you want to get all of that money shifted over to tax-free, you'll never do it if you stay in the 22% tax bracket, which is most people's tax bracket. You need to take advantage of the 24% tax bracket to do it. Well, what some people do is they say, well, I want to get all of my money shifted in the next 3 years. So I'm going to bump up into the 32% tax bracket or the 35 or the 37 in order to get that accomplished, which is a huge mistake. I think it's just sort of this, paranoid, let's strike while the iron's hot sort of approach to, tax-free retirement. Here's the thing. When we hit 2026, what happens to the 22% tax bracket? It becomes 25. What happens to the 24% tax bracket? It becomes 28. So guess what? Even if your Roth conversion strategy, for example, stretched beyond 2026, you would still be able to take advantage of the future version of the 24, which is 28. And you could keep on doing that, I believe, until around 2030 or so, when I think tax rates are really going to have to go up or we go broke as a country. So here's the moral of the story. Don't bump up into the 32% tax bracket between now and 2026 just so you can get all the heavy lifting done by then. It's okay to stretch that tax obligation past 2026 because the future version of 24 is 28. It's still lower than 32 or 35 or 37 that some people are really tempted to take advantage of right now. So I would say, yes, the 2026 date is an important date because we have 3 years to take advantage of historically low tax rates, but I would not move heaven and earth to get all your money shifted to tax-free before then because there's still some good deals, after 2026. They're just not quite as good a deal as they are today. So don't risk everything by paying unnecessarily high taxes along the way, I guess is what I would say.
David, this has been fantastic. I know that you have a big conference coming up called the Heroes of Zero. And then if anybody wanted to follow you, connect with you, work with you, tell us a little bit about the Heroes of Zero, where it's at, and then some ways that people can support you or follow you.
Sure. Heroes of Zero. Last year we had the first Heroes of Zero conference. It was me and Ed Slott for 2 days. I love Ed Slott. He and I are sort of two peas in a pod when it comes to how we think and believe about the future of taxes and tax-free retirement and cash value life insurance. We're very much in the same vein there. We wanted to do something historic this year. There's never been a conference where I, Ed Slott, Tom Hegna, and Van Miller have all been on the same stage at the same time. So the subtitle for the conference is Heroes of Zero, 4 experts, 1 goal, 0 tax. So this is sort of this unprecedented opportunity to see all 4 of us and get right from the horse's mouth all the cutting edge strategies that you need to know to be able to shield your clients' hard-earned retirement savings from the impact of higher taxes. So it's going to be an unprecedented, historic opportunity to see all of us on the same stage at the same time. If it's May 16th and 17th in Nashville at the Renaissance Motel. motel, Renaissance Hotel. So if you want to sign up for that, you can do so at heroesofzero.live. That's heroesofzero.live. If anybody wants to learn more about me, you can do it at davidmcknight.com or follow me on my YouTube channel, which is Power of Zero.